So, why is illness looked upon as something to dread, something to avoid, and something to get over right away? We even get greeting cards that say, "Get well soon." But nobody ever sends a greeting card saying, "Get ill soon." Maybe we ought to do that too, to be quite fair. It's very interesting to me that certain things in society have been created so that we never fully feel our own humanity. And to me, being ill is an incredibly important part of humanity. Think of it. I have fallen really badly twice in my life where I've injured myself. Once I slipped because there was water on the ground and I slid on it. And another one, I was going down the stairs and the banister broke and I went flying. And that one I passed out actually. But interesting that some people will not look at falling as okay. So when we fall down, if there are kind and thoughtful people around, they will come over and help us and try to lift us up. But what if we simply sat there on the ground, on the floor where the person was fallen, and spent time down there on the ground with them, experiencing life from a fallen perspective, from being there on the ground? You know, there are many other life forms that actually live on the ground. Why are we so afraid of being on the ground and being down there and falling? Maybe we sit there with them and we reminisce when we fell, or we just connect with them from that level of falling. And we're okay with them having fallen. And we don't try to get them up right away, and we don't say, "Come on, get up, get up, get up." It's like there's only one way of being in the world. And that makes us all sick. To me, we're all sick. But yet, certain forms of illness are not looked upon at all in a light of us being okay. We're not allowed to make mistakes either. We're not allowed ever to falter. But it's in faltering, it's in falling, and it's in making mistakes that we discover our own humanity and the full spectrum of who we are, and we're able to absorb all of life and live fully. Because when we fall, we begin to see life from a different perspective. Illness is the same. We're so terrified of illness that we'll go to tremendous lengths not to experience it. And when we do experience it, we apologize. We apologize for it. This doesn't make much sense to me at all. And we use a lot of incredible language around being ill. Language that's really disempowering. Language that is victimizing around being ill. But if we are well, then wellness is seen to be only one perspective. We can only be one way if we're well. But if we're well, I say we are able to fall, we're able to be ill, and we're okay with it. That's wellness. That's being well. Wellness doesn't mean we feel one way all the time and that's all we do and that's all we are and that's the only way to be in the world. No, we need to embrace being ill. We need to look forward to it. That's the time when we can legitimately, those of us who are workaholics, can actually take off and spend time with self. And most people don't want to be around us anyway when we're ill. So that's a great time to be with ourselves and to discover ourselves and reunite with ourselves and reimagine a different form of life for ourselves, one in which we are full in center stage and all of our experiences are valid. All of our experiences are valid, not just one or two of them. We don't have to be just one way in the world. We need to experience all of life, be fully present for ourselves, and be fully present for life. And that means, yes, feeling ill, having an experience of an illness, falling, being in an accident, whether it's a car accident, or a car accident, or maybe an accident falling down the stairs. We need to be okay with all of this and embrace it and find room in our lives for it and celebrate it just as much as we celebrate dancing and music and festivals. We need to also look at the full spectrum of our lives, because that's the only way that we live fully. We live fully and we are fully present for our lives when we allow ourselves not to just be one way and show up one way in our lives. I will be talking more about this in these elegantly raw tidbits, so please subscribe here. Click the subscribe button and the notification button for more, and give me your own feelings about this, because this is something which I'll be exploring a lot. If you wish me to continue, I will do so, of course. But if you say, I don't want to hear any of this, I want to go with the prescribed view of how we need to live our lives, then I understand that as well. But what I'm thinking is that this is the time for breakthrough. There's a major shift going on. We need to shift how we see ourselves and how we show up for ourselves in life. And one of the ways that we need to show up for ourselves is when we feel down and out, and when we feel out of sorts. Depression means to me that we're not living our lives fully. We're not absorbing all of our lives on every level. We are not allowing ourselves to experience the full spectrum of life. Not everything can be one way. We did not come here to be robots and to be only one way. There's not just one way to live our lives. We need to fully experience our lives in all of its majesty, its glory, and all of the experiences of life are equally valid. So, see you for more.